Travis Tritt is in the news this week because he is furious, infuriated, incensed at vaccine mandates, and he will not have a concert at any venue that requires people to show proof of vaccination. Well, that's a bunch of horse shit. A lot of people think that he's actually doing it because he's not selling any tickets, and this is a convenient way for him to get out of those contracts while also stirring up quite the storm on social media, putting his name in the news, and remaining something adjacent to relevant. And I want to shit on Travis Tritt because this is dumb, and it sounds like he's dumb, and anyone who thinks this is good PR is dumb. But at the same time, I got to acknowledge that it's very, very consistent. Going all the way back to the beginning of this man's career, the literal first single he ever put out is a song called Country Club that is all about not letting people in if they're not a member. And I know that's not the same as vaccines, but I am trying to make a humorous, if tenuous, comparison, draw a point across, 3 decades? That Travis Tritt is against not letting people in the door for any reason. So much so that he released a song called Country Club all about how he might not be able to get into the country club where the golfers are to buy this woman he met on the interstate, yes, literally on the interstate, a drink. But she could come to his country club because he's a member of any honky-tonk roadside pub. This is Bubba Shot the Podcast. Let's get into it.
Bubba Shot the Podcast, and that's right, a show about country at a time.
This is Bubba Shot the Podcast, the 90s Country Story Podcast, hosted by me, Drew Dollars, Corey Forrester, Trey Crowder, featuring the Indian outlaw himself, Tushar Singh. Boys, today we are members of the Country Club. Before we get started, let's do the stats, and if you're listening, go watch the video if you can find that. If you're in a place where you can watch it, at the very least, listen to the song. Country Club is a song written by Catesby, Catesby Jones, Catesby Jones, and Dennis
Lord. Great name.
Yeah, it is.
It is a great name. Dennis Lord is the co-writer. That is not Dennis Lindy. It's a different Dennis with an L. It was actually released not in the 90s. It was released at the end of 89, but it was the title track from a 1990 album, Country Club, by Travis Tritt. Travis Tritt is obviously the singer. This was his debut album. This was his debut song. This was his introduction to the world. The video also came out in 1990, so we are counting it. Its peak position was number 9 on the Billboard charts, and Travis Tritt's got a lot of bangers, but this one I've always associated with him because I remember the video, boys.
Yeah, I love this song. I also, until just now, I didn't realize that it was his debut song.
Me neither.
And I don't know why it just doesn't, like, in the chronological, me hearing Travis Tritt songs, I don't think this was the first one that I ever heard.
I agree completely. For some reason, I thought Country Club was a mid-Tritt oeuvre jam, somewhere right there in the middle. I'm surprised to hear that it barely even slips in under the wire for being a 90s country song.
That's crazy.
It's very shocking to me.
I cannot prove this because I cannot find, and if you've already gone and looked for the video, and again, I encourage all the listeners to do so because we are going to discuss it as well as the song. These are all bootleg copies. There's no official Vimeo put out by, Atlantic Records or whatever it may be. I'm saying that because I don't know when the video was made. I agree with you fellas, and my theory is he made a video for this a little later in his career. And I don't know if that makes sense chronologically. I'm wondering, do y'all know when CMT got started?
No, I don't, but I could see that being a thing.
No. What? Y'all think he 8 years later just decided to make a video for
I could see that when he made it, it was like making videos wasn't that big of a deal, and then he put out a greatest hits album.
No. Videos were hugely a thing before we were born, dude. Videos started popping hard in the 80s.
Okay, but I'm saying
this song came out in 1990.
He might not, just because this was his debut, he might not have come out straight hitting. Like, they could have debuted the song and then he started hitting, and they never, because you don't just always, everybody didn't always do a video.
Okay, I'll grant you that, but that would happen a matter of months away, not years. He's not going to have a hit and then 7 years later be like, let's circle back and make that video.
No, I was going to suggest that the song that didn't necessarily hit at first because, like I said, it wasn't the first one I ever heard. Like he could have debuted, didn't really do much, and then something else popped.
That was sort of my theory, but CMT was founded in '83. I bet that they put money behind him because he had a lot of hits on that record. So I'm sure it came out soon thereafter. Hold on. I'm trying to side with you. Jesus Christ, that's such a Trey move. I'm trying to say I think Trey's right because he had hits on that. Listen to this. I don't think you can trust this. You know how the internet is. The music video premiered on Monday, May 7th of August, 1989 on YouTube. So I don't think that's trustworthy.
Yeah.
We may be breaking our own rules here. It sounds like a 1989 situation.
Well, the album came out in 1990.
We're going by
the video came out before the album even came out. But
we're going by album when it suits our needs, and then if it ever suits our needs for it to be the other way to make something like if something was in 2000 but the song was written in 99, we'll do that. We'll count that.
So, but you said earlier this is
like
debut
how
song.
Ace is a 1 or a high card.
It's also like how Travis Tritt just will bend rules for his own convenience. Currently, he's in the media. He's not selling tickets, and he's canceling shows and acting like it's because of vaccine mandates. But Twitter's eating him alive because you can see that there's like 80% unsold. So,
yeah, like the same one that we can go see.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah,
I've seen all the headlines. He's been going on Fox News talking about it and stuff.
Well,
and not that I'm surprised by any of that, but it is kind of funny to me. But I didn't know that he just wasn't selling tickets.
Pointed out they went.
Buddy, I ain't gonna talk too much shit about it.
No, me either. They went to somebody went to his show in Macon, Georgia, which like he's a Georgia boy, and they went to Ticketmaster just like you can do for our shows, and they saw like how many empty seats there were, and they posted it along with a link to him being on Fox, and they were like, their PR people literally think that we can't just see this. Like now. Here's the deal. I believe that Travis Tritt believes what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? I think two things can be true. It was hard for me to believe because I saw one thing I cannot stand is when somebody posts something like, you know, country singer Travis Tritt cancels shows over mask mandate, and then someone will put who. You know, and it's like, dude, let's not act like Travis Tritt wasn't a big deal and can't sing it. They're like, nobody gives a shit to see Travis Tritt sing anyways. It's like, yes, they do. He was good. Like, we don't have to do that bullshit.
I would totally go to a Travis Tritt concert, dude.
Me too. Somebody commented on me and they were like,
I promise you.
Yeah, somebody was like, who would want to see him anyways? I was like, me. I would love to see that show.
That's what I was going to say. I'll go a step further. The who thing bothers me. It bothers me when people say someone's unfunny or untalented or whatever. If you want to hear my opinions on the Dave Chappelle special, I say it on Into the Biscuit this week. I go full bore. I'm not defending Dave Chappelle. You can go listen to that. I go on him hard. But I cannot stand, he's not even funny.
Right.
Bruh, Dave Chappelle ain't funny.
And also, who does it serve when you say, like, Travis Tritt ain't even good anyways? Like, what are you even doing? Like, you're acting like that. Look, we don't live in a world where only the talentless have shitty ideas and opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like,
ghost?
It's probably the yard guys that are outside my guest house.
Okay.
Like
I loved Travis Tritt when I was a kid, and not many people could sing a country song quite like Travis Tritt did. Also, fast forward, he's a dipshit.
Did you hear what I just said?
No.
And it is true, but it's like it ain't the way that it's. I was like, yeah, you guys probably hear the yard guys outside my guest house right now.
Yeah,
it's just like, you know, it makes me sound like
Trey's a member of the country club.
I promise y'all.
Well, you had brought it up before the show, before we even started recording, to defend yourself a little bit.
Yeah, I know. Drew forgot.
I think
Drew,
I have a segue to get us.
Drew, then here's the thing I warned him he might hear, and in his head he was like, oh shit, it's a ghost.
Well, it went.
It is October, and he does live with Andy. You know what I mean? He's married to a hippie witch lady, and it's the month of October, so you could see why he would be hearing ghosts in his house right now.
It sounded like
this over there.
It went on my end. All right, I think I can segue us back to this fucking country song. First of all, Trey's clearly a member of the country club with his guest house and his help out there making noise. Won't you make it stop? Second of all, this whole theme of this song is about Travis Tritt not being able to get into places and it not being fair. I mean, you know, he's consistent with his mandates.
Yes. I didn't know what you were saying at first, but I get it now. He is consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. He don't like people being not being able to be in something just because they're poor or stupid.
Are you going to show any pictures of Travis Tritt at any point?
Oh yeah, God. I got some pulled up.
Just do it when you were planning on doing it. But yeah, I just want to make sure because I appreciate the way he looks. Cho looks like Travis Tritt. Like, he does. I know you wouldn't think that because Travis Tritt's known for very long flowing locks.
Yeah,
and Cho's known.
Thank you
for the bald bee. Right?
Yep, everyone knew, but you said it anyways.
The bald bee Forrester, and I never would have thought it either until two things. You sent us when that face swap app was hugely popular. You swapped your own face with Travis Tritt, and I literally couldn't tell a difference between the two pictures.
I couldn't either.
And then I was like, God damn, what the fuck? And then you did that parody Travis Tritt song sometime around the same time, and like, you look like a bald Travis Tritt.
I know.
A younger hitting bald Travis Tritt.
Thank you for that.
Because we'll see later, Travis Tritt, he don't hit right
now. No, dude. He looks like a mannequin.
He does. He looks like a corpse, dude. He looks like a corpse at a funeral, you know, like in the South specifically. I'm sure he's had work done.
All right, I've got Cho's video pulled up too. That is one of the things I wanted to get to.
Trey, why don't you just mute yourself when you're not talking? I do this next part. God damn, it's like I'm doing a podcast with my brother's kids.
Y'all told me earlier you couldn't hear none of it. Then it sounds like a ghost.
Because we couldn't.
Well, it sounded to me the same as it sounds now.
We've been doing this for 5 years.
And y'all couldn't hear it before, so how am I supposed to know when you can hear it other than when you admonish me for not muting myself? God.
I didn't admonish you. I just said, "Hey Trey, how about you mute yourself?" And then
you were like, "What? You said it. You know how."
I'm about to mute both of you.
I don't have to. We'll go back and.
I've muted both of you, Corey. I think you said monish instead of admonish, and that really hit for me. I'm not monishing you. I'm gonna unmute Corey. Trey, I'm gonna leave you muted until we need you to respond. Let me read these fucking lyrics. We still haven't even gotten to the actual fucking song.
Wait, don't we need Tushar?
We're gonna bring Tushar in just a second. How about you let me run it? God damn it.
Well,
we good?
Yeah, I thought that he was always here when we did the lyrics.
You can admonish me if you want. All right, I'll bring him in.
I said admonish.
All right, well, now we're going to add Monty. Welcome to Tushar, everybody. That was an inside joke. Hey,
you guys, you white men need to just get along, all right? Scale it back.
It don't hit for the world when white men get along, dude.
No, it doesn't.
That's when stuff gets took over. True. People get subjugated.
They want us to be admonished by you.
Yeah, that's why we haven't taken over anything. We just can't seem to get along, us three.
That's what it is.
Carry on in your discourse.
All right. Let's do the lyrics for at least the first verse, first chorus. I took a double take out on the interstate when I saw her making eyes at me. So I followed her down the clubhouse drive past the pool and the 18th green. And in the parking lot, I said, it's mighty hot. Maybe I could buy you a beer. She said, I'm glad you asked, but I'll have to pass because only members are allowed in here. And I said, I'm a member of a country club. Country music is what I love. I drive an old Ford pickup truck. I do my drinking from a Dixie cup. Hey, I'm a bona fide dancing fool. I shoot a mighty mean game of pool. And at any honky-tonk roadside pub, I'm a member of the country club.
The son of a bitch. It says, and at any. I get how that works. My whole life, I thought he said, it ain't any it ain't any honky-tonk roadside pub. Like,
I also thought that.
Don't diminish my establishment by assuming it's any old honky-tonk roadside pub because it's not, goddammit. I'm a member of a country club. That's what my whole life, that's what I thought he said.
I think I added that and in there just reading it, and I think I was doing what I used to do when I was little and adding it. The actual lyrics are at any honky-tonk roadside pub, I'm a member of a country club. Yeah, I always said of the.
That also makes sense. I get how that makes sense. I'd heard it the other way my whole life. Never realized that's what it said.
Well, Tushar, let's get right into it with you, buddy. You can give us your first impressions. I want to just say off the bat that to me, this song was, when it was popular, when it was on CMT, I very much remember being young and being like, yeah, rich people, we're cool too. Oh, I didn't mute you, Tushar. You muted yourself. Now, don't blame the white man. Go ahead.
My bad. Stop muting me. I loved. When I watched the video was amazing. In the sense of like just knowing what that guy looks like, and he has a full-on mullet. It's what I would if I was to draw a cartoon of a country boy. A mullet would be part of the deal. So that was off the bat an amazing element of him. I don't know if he always had a mullet.
He's always had that.
I don't know that that's even a mullet.
No,
that's
it looks like how women's hair used to look when they had their glamour shots.
Exactly.
Right,
He
right.
looks just like my buddy's mama. It's just like a woman's beautiful hair.
Yeah.
It's just luscious. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's like it's not cut short on top.
That looks like
honestly
about to take a load to the face.
He looks Korean in that one. A little bit.
Finally, someone says it.
We have pictures of Corey that we think look kind of Korean too.
Why do you think we call him Cho?
He's doing his real squid.
He looks Korean.
Looks real Squid Game
Corey,
right now.
I can't. Your face is smaller right now, and you're all smiling and stuff, and I can't not see you as Korean. Okay, when you leaned in, it took it away some, but when you were sitting back, this is cracking me up.
I love this song because
about it while I pull something up that I didn't think to pull up till y'all made.
It's fine because Tushar said it right.
I hope so.
It's totally cool.
Also, I don't even know what it means. It's not bad to look Korean. That's fine.
Of course, it's great to look Korean.
I wish I looked Korean.
It's not
Drew,
like you do.
Drew, if we're going to keep this format, can you move the banner at the bottom or something?
Yeah, I can.
You're silencing Tushar again.
Yeah.
Hey, guys.
keep silencing Tushar. Look at him. There we go. That's a little better.
I don't know how to make it go away entirely, but that'll help.
It's fine.
All right. Let me do one more real quick. You guys keep talking about how you don't look Korean, Corey. That'll really be a nice segue into what I'm about to pull up.
Well, I mean, I'm just with you, Trey. Like again, I was making a joke earlier about how Travis Tritt looked like my buddy's mama, but that's true. And I always thought that even when we were kids, like I was always like, Miss Anita looks like Travis Tritt, but not like she was a very pretty woman. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't no offense to her, but like he does have the teased back kind of hair.
Yeah. You, honestly, as the only Asian in this group, you look a little Korean.
God damn it. That's fine. Hey,
dude,
that's fine.
I've seen that picture so many times, and I've never thought that Cho, again, his name is Cho. I have never thought that he looked Korean until this moment.
Are you serious? Dude, I think it every time.
You've thought that I look Korean a lot? Hey, here's the thing. I have for years been like, God damn it, I wish I looked more Korean. I've said it. So, like, this is fine. I have. I think
this is news to me.
I've
never thought this. It's been pointed out that it's funny that his name is Cho, which stands for Chief Hitting Officer, but it's also like a very common Asian name, and that's kind of funny or whatever when he's eating, noodles or something. Look,
which
Cho
I
loves
do.
his noodles. He does a lot. But I've never thought he looked at all Korean or
North
Asian
or south?
Well, dude, south. You too.
Right.
North. There ain't no fat North Korean.
Kim Jong-un.
You're not the king of North Korea.
I'm doing better.
You are doing better.
In 3 months, that fucking joke ain't gonna play, Traylene.
That's why I'm getting it out now. God damn it!
Look, North Korean.
Also, in 3 months, you're still going to be infinitely fatter than every North Korean who isn't Kim Jong-un. That's true for all of us. They are malnourished people.
Yeah, it does not hit North Korea.
It does not hit. North Korea does not hit.
No, it doesn't hit.
There's a video that went viral this week of one of them trying
defecting
to escape the army.
Yeah,
he's driving a fucking car and they're shooting at him. It's wild.
Yeah, it was wild.
That video's like 10 years, or I don't know about 10 years. That video's old.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't know why. Like every now and then, I guess it's the hitness video they've got of somebody defecting.
Yeah, because he made it.
I think it's like every 5 to 7 years, the kids find the coolest videos, and they're just as freaked out about them as we did.
Right.
Because I saw some vines recently on TikTok that I remembered. I was like, oh yeah, Bo Burnham did hit at that too. All right, Tushar.
This first verse. I mean, I listened to it first and then I watched the video, but it paints such an interesting picture. Like this guy picks up. He's so full of himself in a good way, I think, for the video, that he picks up a girl off the interstate and then takes her to a parking lot. When she first said, "'Cause only members are allowed in here," I thought she was like, "I'm a prostitute."
Mm-hmm.
And you can. This is a
me
pay
or
for
does
entrance
Tushar
situation.
think every single country song is about a whore?
It's about prostitutes.
Every single
like
time. He's like, and I was wondering what this whore was going to do. In the second
we
verse.
do love whores. You know, we've got some whore songs.
Tushar, when you were younger, was Best Little Whorehouse in Texas the only country music thing you saw?
No, but I don't know. I got a whore sense from her. I got a whore sense from this character, but I didn't put it together that they pulled up to Clubhouse Drive, and that happened. I didn't get the whatever he was trying to do with.
Yeah, you're not a member of either country club, the Travis Tritt or the golf version, so you weren't picking up what he was putting down.
Right. But what is that? The Travis Tritt version is I'm a country club. I
like a honky tonk.
So I live country.
He just means like I'm a member of a club. I'm a member of a collection of country people,
country individuals.
Country individuals who hang out. No, I'm in a country club. Here's how you know. I love country music. I drive a truck. Mm-hmm. I drink from a Dixie cup.
I dance.
These are things that country people do. Me and my country dipshit buddies do it together. That makes us a club. Thus, we are in a country club.
So that's why this is a kind of a poor versus rich thing going on. Like, yes, I'm in a country club, but there's no membership here. I'm just in
right. And she's saying,
well, no blacks
pulled up,
you know.
I didn't say it.
And only people who look Korean.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a joke, Hale.
My internet's breaking up and it keeps coming back into racism. It's very funny. It's just like silence and then something Korean. She, and I think you picked up on
that.
This
Sounds like a movie that won Canes.
Canes.
Did you say that wrong, or are you making a
Canes? You're right. Canes is the chicken place.
Yeah, Canes is how they punish people in North Korea.
Yeah.
Oh god damn. Yeah, I love it.
Man, I'm just so stupid this week.
I love the idea.
Tushar, did you pick up
the chicken joint?
The horror comments aside, did you pick up on though that she is pulled up to a country club like a golf course where you have to be a member to go in?
I didn't put that together at the beginning from the lyrics.
So you didn't even pick that up from the video. Okay.
Yeah.
Until the video, I mean.
Until
the video was you watching, Tushar?
I'm sorry. I meant to say until the video, Corey. My bad.
Yeah.
So one thing I wanted to say about the video, let me finish these lyrics. It's a short song. Second verse, Lord, you look so inviting. I thought it might be exciting for a woman with a limousine to go bouncing around in a beat up truck with a man in wore out jeans. It's 5 o'clock for Friday night. Here's where the fun begins. So don't worry about your reputation because you can tell all your friends that I'm a member of the country club. Country music is what I love. I drive an old Ford pickup truck. I do my drinking from a Dixie cup. Hey, I'm a bona fide dancing fool. I shoot a mighty mean game of pool at any honky-tonk roadside pub. Well, I'm a member of the country club. He's really bringing it home here. He's basically saying, hey, you can come slumming with me, and I know you want to. You need some excitement in your life because you've been hanging out on the golf course with all those asshats, but it's not going to hurt your reputation because I'm a member of the country club.
I don't know why. Sorry, I don't know why in the video he ends up leaving with her in the limo. She should have left in the truck. Not to be a dick.
He wanted to hang out.
Yeah, he got in there. I like that.
Yeah, he took her for a ride in the truck.
You are right.
She owes him.
You are right, Tushar, because I was going to say this is a trope that I appreciate. It's always like some rich, well-to-do girl. They just love slumming it, dude.
Kind of like Titanic.
They go down, I was about to say they're on a fancy boat. They got to make their way down to steerage where all the trash is dancing on tables and shit while covered in dirt. And they're like, curvy dick. They love slumming it, dog.
All them poor boys got a curvy dick.
Yeah.
Well, Conway Twitty had a couple songs like this.
Yeah, it's definitely it's like a universal thing. I feel like it doesn't. Isn't it always that way? Like,
no, there's rich guys who rescue poor girls. Cinderella.
That's literally what Cinderella is. Yeah,
but
I feel like the reverse is a little more common, personally. Well, like the way it's portrayed in movies and music.
The Notebook.
The reverse.
It's some fancy lady with a trash boy.
Well, the reverse is easier to portray, or I guess paints a better story often because usually the rich man just wants a hot poor girl. And then often, and you guys touched on it with like culture comes from the bottom up. The women like going down and dancing on tables and learning about shooting pool and all that shit. Whereas the dude just wants a hot chick.
Well, all jokes aside, like dude, back like for years and years and years, it was mainly men that were allowed to write shit. Like that got stuff out, you know what I'm saying? Like in Hollywood, and like a dirtbag writer, that's the fantasy. You know what I'm saying? That's what they've always thought. Like, oh, if these rich women, if these well-to-do people would just actually meet me, I would hit.
Well, dude, I used to have, when we first started touring, I had a whole bit about that where I was one of those trash boys who was, started dating a rich girl or whatever.
But I'm saying, I think women are attracted to people who are interesting, and oftentimes rich men just want the hottest chick.
Yeah, they want to marry the rich guy, but fuck the, curvy dick dirtbag.
Curvy dick dirtbag and his band of heathens.
Yeah.
Curvy dick Korean.
All right.
It's fine when he says it with think.
I was going to say in the video, Travis Tritt, I think, has a lot of like charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could see this. Like I could see what they saw in this young guy, with his.
Well, buddy, he was one of the tippy top dudes in 90s country, which is a genre we love and appreciate. But I mean, it didn't get very much bigger than Travis Tritt in the 90s, dude. And there's a fucking reason for that.
No, I mean, dude, like so many bangers. Like it was kind of hard for us to like choose which, but like, oh, if we're gonna do Travis Tritt, like so many great songs.
Well,
like, he
what's
rolled.
kind of funny about that is we were having this conversation yesterday about which one to do, and we were like, well, the obvious choice is It's a Great Day to Be Alive,
right?
And Corey was like, oh, I looked it up. It didn't come out till 2000, unfortunately. So we were like, oh, well, that don't count. And it's funny that the one we picked, Country Club, came out in 1989.
Yeah,
but I never even questioned.
But it's on the record in 1990, which counts.
Sure.
Yeah,
he's right. It does.
Okay.
We make the rules.
On Wikipedia, it says it was released August 7th, 1989. But y'all aren't arguing with that.
That's because they used to put
released as a single in
the
advance of the album, and the album didn't come out until 1990.
Yeah.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that counts.
We'll get it in there.
Didn't we literally run into this same issue with Goodbye Earl last week?
It came out in 2000.
Yeah. Right, but we did the reverse. The single came out.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I told you. It's like the ace. It's the ace. It's whichever one you want it to be, high or low.
Yeah, it's definitely not something we should have spent this much time talking about. Here.
Well, sorry.
Too sorry. I wanted you to see this. So, this was the tip-top guy, charismatic young man, and this is. So there's some controversy about this. The picture on the right was said to have been put out by Travis Tritt and his people. And then Travis Tritt put out what I'm showing you right now, the side-by-side saying, quote, "This is what the left has done to me. They will go to no ends." Like they're trying to embarrass me. But the person who first put it out was claiming that Travis had the photo doctored himself. I never looked into what the truth was because I wanted to believe Travis's people did it.
That picture on the right is, "We don't serve your kind in here, boy, George."
I didn't know where you were going with that, but it ended up hitting.
Took a while.
Because you called him earlier. You said he looks like Aunt Donita or whatever, and he's got again. This is what I was saying earlier. Like he looked. First of all, I didn't know about the controversy, or if I did, I'd forgotten. I'm a little disappointed right now because I'd never seen the picture on the left. I don't think, or again, if I had, I've forgotten it. I thought that.
You only saw the geisha version of it?
Geisha version, yeah. But he looks like a corpse. Like he looked, open casket corpse in a small town funeral with all the
But
makeup and shit.
You had to have known, or maybe you're saying you thought he had that much work done. I was going to say the picture on the left exists in both those worlds. Like Travis Tritt could have put out the picture on the right because he had someone airbrush the picture on the left.
Yeah, no, I know. And I also hope that is what happened because that's way funnier.
Funnier.
I'm saying until this moment, unless I've blocked it out of my memory because it don't hit for me, I had never seen the picture on the left. I had only seen the picture on the right. So that's all I mean.
Want to remind everyone, if you're listening to this podcast, we put it out on Trey's YouTube page, and obviously this, and frankly, every episode, better as a visual. This one, you're going to get a lot out of it, I promise you. And speaking of, do you think we will get copyright infringement from Corey because it's automatic if I play your video?
What? I'm
going to try it.
Well, you know what?
Oh, the algorithm parody that he did?
Yeah. That isn't
it's the music, isn't it?
But it's not the actual music from the song. Matt Coon did some different stuff to it. It was like a karaoke version or something. So like it might be all right.
All right, we're gonna do our best. I gotta find.
I put it on YouTube, I think, and didn't get pulled down.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Now let's see if you can hear it.
Well, I was a country star in the 90s, but since that's done, I'll just hanging around on Twitter making friends with QAnon. Well, I don't care much for progressives and what they stand for. If you like black lives, then I'll just show you that door. Well, you just got B-L-O-C-K-E-D. Tell me why in the world don't you like democracy? Hey, you ain't much but a little B-A-R-D. Well, you just got B-L-O-C-K-E-D.
So I think you made him look like he hits too hard now that we've been looking at pictures of him. He looked more more Stapleton-y than what Travis Tritt actually than somebody's middle-aged lesbian aunt, which is what Travis Tritt actually looks like.
No, I agree with you that the wig that I had for that was just way too flowing, and and you know me, I hit.
Right. I don't. You do hit.
When did you make that?
Around this time last year.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You good? Oh. I don't think we're hitting on his end, which is funny because everything looks fine to me.
Yeah, Too Sharp. It was around this time last year. He went on some big tirade about how he was blocking everybody, and he was like bragging about it. He was like, I blocked so many people on Twitter. I blocked this guy and I blocked that guy. And then, immediately it was B-L-O-C-K-E-D popped in my brain.
I've told this story before. I just still think this is kind of wild. Like 2 days or 3 days tops before all that happened and Corey got the inspiration to make that video, I woke up to pee in the middle of the night, also inspired, because I woke up thinking in my head, it would really hit if Corey did a parody of the Travis Tritt song, Tell Me I Was Dreaming, and at this point, Travis Tritt wasn't in the news and hadn't been in the news for 20 years. It was just a random thing. I was like, Corey should do a Travis Tritt parody where he puts himself in a wheelchair and falls off a boat dock or whatever. Because, but change it to where it's Tell Me I Was Memeing, where he wakes up after a drunken night on Twitter where he said a bunch of regrettable stuff. And that's the premise of the parody. But there's another Travis Tritt song called Tell Me I Was Dreaming that every girl cried about in the 90s because he has a pregnant wife and he's crippled and she dies or some shit. I don't remember. But anyway.
Boy, that's so Raven.
I woke up out of nowhere thinking about that. And then like right after that, Travis Tritt popped up out of nowhere again and Corey was impersonating him on the internet and stuff.
That's the quickest turnaround I've ever had on something. Like, I swear to God, I saw that motherfucker. He popped up. That song came in my mind. I wrote that shit in 5 minutes, called Coon. He laid down that track or whatever the fuck, and then it was out. Had the wig, perfection.
So I'm saying I might have a little bit of the shining show.
I think you do.
Got. Yeah.
The Brining.
Brining.
Let's talk a little bit about this music video. And Corey, I think you did a great job. And you do look a little more stable. Your hair is prettier than his was as a mullet.
Without question.
In the video, I like when he gets into the golf course. It has nothing to do with the song. The song, he's inviting her to his country club. But in the video, he ends up playing golf in snakeskin boots and skin-tight acid-wash jeans, which is very funny because of the lyric, I've got wore-out jeans. And he's wearing what is at that time expensive, very, very hip acid-wash jeans, which, you know, it's like we get mad at today's country stars for being fake and, you know, pretending to like trucks, but they're wearing their Yeezys and their Teslas. But it's like, it's kind of always been the case, I guess.
I like this song to me is it's like the epitome of just how great it is to be a white man. Not that, yeah. Like, right? Like he is.
We always belong.
Like, you always belong. It's about beer, bitches, my truck. And then you add a layer of golf on it, and you're just like, wow, this is the American dream. Like his struggle is what? It's not money. It's not this. It's just trying to get a girl out of his league, pretty much. And it's like the word country club itself is almost synonymous with white man, where he's like, I'm a member of a white man's club. Like, it's like, that's what I was listening to almost. And
yeah, as I said earlier, both versions of country club, no blacks. You know, very much a white man's game, country club.
And as usual, it's very rapper-esque. It's like I came in here, I dominated, and this is, I'm fly to the level of pulling this off. But the video does take a few liberties with like letting him play golf and stuff like that, and leaving in the limo, which I guess makes sense for that. But
he shoots pool playing golf, and when I was 8 or whatever, I thought that was the coolest thing that had ever been done by anybody because I hadn't seen a rap music video yet.
That's so funny you say that because it just like occurred to me one of the kind of parallels but also kind of differences between rap and country is that like you'll see a rapper at the very start of their career and like they haven't gotten any money yet, but they're rapping about how rich they are even though they're not. And then country stars a lot of times will sing about how poor they are even though they're not. You know what I'm saying? Like it goes the complete opposite.
Well, it's the way to be the underdog. I was thinking about something similar, and you're completely right. When Tushar was saying, his lens of this is the whole song is I'm in the white man's club, but the lens that Travis Tritt and the songwriters were going for and how I perceived it as a young man was kind of the opposite of like, there's a club I'm not in, but I don't give a shit. My club's better.
That's definitely,
that's why I love this song. Like,
I'm not saying that Tushar's wrong. This is all very white. Again, both versions of Country Club, very white. Either iteration of it. But what you just said, Drew, is like definitely the intention of Tritt and the songwriters.
Well, I mean,
for sure.
How many times while we've been on tour have we just like kind of lived out the scenarios like of these songs? Like I think of like, when we were in West Palm Beach and we went to that like French restaurant or whatever. And like, they were looking down their nose on us because we had our shirts cut. And like this song will like just pop into my mind at times like that. So I'm like, you know what? You're goddamn right. People don't want us at these fucking fancy places. But like, I'd rather be at a tailgate with my drunk buddies watching football anyways. Y'all can kiss my ass.
Okay. And keep in mind what Corey just said. Okay. God. Every word of it. As I read you some of 50 Cent's lyrics from the seminal classic, How We Do. Okay. Let me say here.
It just occurred to me that John Anderson has Seminole classics.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, they call me new money, so I have no class. I'm from the bottom. I came up too fast. The hell if I care. I'm just here to get my cash. Bougie ass bitches, you can kiss my ass. That's pretty much exactly what Corey just said.
Yep.
So I'm saying, there's a lot of overlap there.
Yeah.
Corey put me in mind of 50 Cent, as he often does.
50 Cent was the 2 quarters that Travis Tritt gave someone to call someone they cared. Boom, it sucked.
That's right. Thank you.
That's another song, Tushar.
Yeah. I pitched that one.
That's what I said yes to that.
It hits for me that we're doing country club. I'm just saying, yeah, there's another one too, Shar. Here's a quarter, call someone who cares.
We'll end up getting to it.
I want to tell, just since it's been brought up, the story that I've told Corey and Drew before about my buddy Thompson. On that same note, he was playing quarters, Tushar, in Kobe's garage once with some other friends, and not the version where you bounce a quarter into a shot glass and then drink it. The version where everybody throws quarters at a wall, and whoever parks a quarter closest to the wall without touching it gets all the quarters, right? So we were playing that version, and it came, there was a tie, like a two dead even quarters between Thompson and our other buddy Beasley, and they had to rethrow, and Beasley went first, and it was like that far away from the wall without touching it. So Beasley's like, yeah, what now, motherfucker? Fuck you. Beat that shit or whatever. So Thompson just doesn't say anything, steps up and just, pauses, takes a breath and throws it. And it's like a millimeter, a cunt hair, as they say, away from the wall. Just, he takes the victory. Everybody starts freaking out. Oh shit. Keep in mind, this is like 2013. Okay. When this happens, everybody's like, oh shit. Thompson runs up there, grabs Beasley's quarter that he had thrown, picks it up, walks over to him, gets right in his face and goes, why don't you take this shit and call yo mama, motherfucker? And threw it in his face and started sea-walking. When he started sea-walking, he spilled beer out of his bottle, slipped in the beer, fell into a shelf full of Kobe's memorabilia and knocked it all to the floor. So that all happened.
Great set piece.
In the space. Yeah, great set piece. But I always thought that why don't you take this shit, talking about a quarter, and call your mama, as in to come pick you up, was a great off-the-cuff thing to throw out right there if we had been living 20 years earlier. Do you know what I mean? Because, like,
right.
no one was using – I told Paige, my sister, that had happened, and she was like, what? And I said, like, take the quarter – like Travis Tritt style, you take the quarter and you call I had to explain the whole thing because she didn't get it, but I got it and I thought it was awesome. If a little, outdated.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I wish y'all could have seen it. I wish I had it on camera because again, the whole set, him going.
I forgot how much it keeps getting funnier.
Yeah, I know. He goes straight into sea walking, and Thompson can dance too, so he's sea walking good. He's hitting real hard at this point, but then he sloshes some beer out while sea walking. Slips in it, falls in the shelf, breaks a bunch of shit.
That's a classic me move.
On the floor, crying, laughing. It fucking killed me. Anyway, thank you for allowing that. Back to Travis Tritt. Corey, you just making a Korean face, or we just?
God damn it! Is there the Koreans have a specific face?
No,
I didn't know.
No, they don't.
No, they don't. They very much don't. I was just fucking around.
I was just doing my job.
I want to know what your thoughts in general are on Travis Tritt as you've now interpreted him. And also, were you familiar? Have you seen the stuff on the internet and know that he's going viral this week for mask mandate? Stemming up for people's rights.
I am thankfully very disconnected to anything pop culture-y, so I hear it. I heard it just now. I could see him go down that route, especially after hearing about him. I don't know that. I guess that none of that shit really surprises me. But I like the move. I like the song a lot. It felt like a song that you could, like, a generation of men could really it's such a soulful song in terms of what it does for. It's like such a dude song, I guess what I'm trying to say.
A working song.
It's such a working, blue collar, everyday guy who can he's like speaking for them. So I can see how I heard his name growing up all throughout, but I never knew what his actual music was.
It's a great name. I got questions for Trey and Corey, and Tushar, you can answer this if this reference means anything to you, and it might because this guy's really famous. I don't know anything about the story. I don't know why he didn't put it out, but I know that Alan Jackson was the first artist to cut the song. How would it have been different? What do you guys think about that?
Well,
the world might not ever have had Travis Tritt, you know, if
Alan Trouble was on that same album, but maybe you're right.
Oh yeah, that would have been a shame. I mean, here's the deal. Like, I think that Travis Tritt has a more like stereotypical country voice, that twang. He has it more so than Alan Jackson. I personally like Alan Jackson more, but
I think it's almost inarguable that Alan Jackson is. It's arguable whether or not he's better, a more successful.
He's definitely more successful. Like Alan Jackson is on the he's on the Mount Rushmore probably of like 90s and 2000s country. Yeah, at least like in our like, I mean, and, you know, you have to put Kenny Chesney on there, but it's like Alan Jackson's definitely one of those. Does that version exist? Like, you can hear that?
Well, he cut it, so I don't know if we can hear it, but it was made.
Well, I'm for that. You really excited me. Like, I hope I can go find that, because that feels like I'm getting a new Alan Jackson song.
I was also very surprised because, I mean, they're contemporaries, you know, like I feel like that's a little weirder than if, you know, Alan Jackson had cut it 12 years prior or something.
Right.
Yeah,
all it says is the song had originally been cut by Alan Jackson. That's all it says.
A lot of Alan Jackson's early songs were love songs. Yeah, I think his first hit was "Here in the Real World," which is about heartbreak, and so he had a lot of heartbroke hillbilly. I love that line.
God damn.
I do agree with you, Corey, that this being a little bit more, frankly, aggressive, confident, and as Tushar was saying, for the boys is a little less Alan Jackson. So I want to hear it, but I'm glad Travis Tritt cut it instead.
Yeah, Alan Jackson is more, again, successful, and I like him more, but like, he wouldn't have done the video the same way. He's not really that kind of guy, you know. Him and George Strait are kind of like just stand up behind the mic and sing, which I like, but
I got a question.
First of all, I'm looking at the Country Club Wikipedia, and it says Trouble was 2 albums later, and also was the name of that album, Drew. So I
must have seen a list of his album titles, and I thought.
Although, listen to what else was on his debut album, Country Club. "Help Me Hold On," that was a banger.
Hell yeah.
"I'm Gonna Be Somebody," that was
God,
huge. Yeah,
which that's the jukebox hero of country, by the way.
It is. It 100% is
the same exact song.
Country. Same exact song. You're 100% correct. I also was looking up when "Gone Country" by Alan Jackson came out, and that was 1994. I feel like
we need to do that one soon.
Share some elements. Yeah, we should do that song. Song hits. Also, "Gone Country" by Alan Jackson is kind of about that bit of Drew's. Think about it.
Yeah,
sure is.
They've been stealing our shine for years now, Tushar.
Alan Jackson stole my bit in 1994.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you'll have that.
So this is one of his earliest works, Travis Tritt's earliest.
First song.
How is he, just know, since I don't know much about him, but like, has his body of work changed? Has he been like, how has he grown through that? Now I am a famous
I don't think he has.
dude.
He has about all his Fox News shit, but he ain't much for personal growth, I don't think.
Hold on. Now, to be fair, though, if you're just talking about this song, he don't know the other songs like we know, boys. From the jump, he had more serious songs that had more to say. It's just that he hasn't evolved from that. But some of the songs Trey just referenced on that first record, were pretty intense songs.
And he didn't write any of his own?
Yeah,
I don't know that he didn't.
He did. He wrote some of his own. So he co-wrote "Help Me Hold On," which was his first. I would say his first song that was like serious. You know.
Yeah. But no, he, like a lot of '90s country people, I think, like he had his thing and it fucking worked. And he hit it that real hard in the 90s. And then as pop country music evolved, he did not evolve with it, but that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned.
It is.
It only devolved for my personal taste, at least. It just got shittier and shittier. So I'm glad Travis Tritt didn't go along with it. you know. But
yeah,
no,
yeah, it would be.
That would not have been a good look.
Well, also, like, I don't know that that's even true, what I just said. Travis Tritt may have albums from the past 2 years where he's doing the most fucking sorry-ass pandering, fucking modern-sounding radio country bullshit you can imagine, and it's fucking terrible. I don't know if that exists or not. It just wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I know that's what Alabama has tried to do, and not your home state, Tushar, but the fucking band. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. But he's never been relevant with anything except his 90s stuff, but he had a whole bunch of 90s stuff though.
Here's his latest album just came out this year. I'll read you the track list and Stand Your Ground.
Yeah, here we go.
Ghost Town Nation, Leave This World, Better Off Dead, Open Line, Way Down in Georgia, Set in Stone, Smoke in a Bar, and They Don't Make Them Like That Anymore. Oh, and of course, Southern Man and Ain't Who I Was. Now, all of those could possibly hit, but I have an idea what most of them are
bet
about.
At least a couple of them really don't hit.
Yeah,
particularly
for sure.
Stand Your Ground. I just don't see any way that song hits.
I should look up the lyrics.
You should look up the lyrics. Yeah. It's funny. I've never really thought about this because I feel like it just don't work this way. This just ain't how it ever goes. But the idea of like people like Travis Tritt and some of these other artists we've covered, if they were still making albums, for me at least, that sounded pretty much like their old albums, I would love that. Like if there was
Me too.
If there
Midland
was
kind of sounds 90s
country coming out now. I know that, Corey.
Midland kind of does that.
I'm talking about the actual OGs who were doing it then. Like if they were still doing it now, if they just refused to ever change at all and were making the exact same kind of music that didn't hit for anybody on a mainstream level, it would hit for me, I think.
The only way that's possible.
Really, at least a couple of them are, I bet. I'm going to look into this. I'm going to see what fucking Clint Black's been up to the past few years.
Stand Your Ground is not satisfying.
I think that Brooks, one of them from Brooks and Dunn, he's remade a lot of their songs with newer artists, and most of those newer artists have some mediocre. They're like Eric Church. They have some terrible ones, but they have some good ones, some throwbacky ones, Trey.
We got to cover Brooks and Dunn at some point.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm having a hard time picking the song.
Well, I was about to say they've got too many. Them motherfucker, they was duo of the year for. They were like the Braves in the '90s of like the duo of the year, where it's like, yeah, I know they're going to win the pennant. You know what I mean? Like it's a guarantee.
Yeah, well, dude, who else? I mean, for duo, particularly.
No, I know. Well, Montgomery Gentry.
Yeah,
right. But Brooks and Dunn hit way harder.
Well, hell, the Judds.
Yeah.
We got to do the Judds. I'm ready. I think we're tritted out. We're tapped out on Travis. I personally feel that I'm a member of the country club.
Sorry, I don't remember her name. I only met her one time, but our buddy Earl Brown, beloved character actor, we did a table read at his house once, and there was a lovely lady there who I believe was from the South or was just a country music fan. I was wearing a Joe Diffie shirt and it really hit for her. And she told me that she had a Travis Tritt shirt that she had made herself that said, "Show us your Tritties" on it, which I always
nice.
Thought. So I just wanted to throw that out there before we got done talking about Travis Tritt.
I'm glad you did.
Titty joke. Yeah, well, sure.
Yeah. Let's rate it. No, it did hit.
Titty jokes don't hit for you?
It did hit for me. I said, I'm glad you did. I literally said, I'm glad you did.
I can tell
you cut me off mid-sentence and made a titty joke, and I said it hit for me, and then now you're playing the victim. Tushar, would you like to start us with the rating?
What's the rating out of again?
3
Earnhardt.
But you can do fractions if you want.
Yeah.
Unlike Earnhardt.
It's out of 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll give this one 2.5. He's my favorite Korean country music singer.
Yeah, I'm 2 3/5 Earnhart's for me. I enjoy it. I want to give it a 3, but
I wish I did that, honestly.
That is something else.
Huh? I'm just doing. You said I could do fractions. So
what's 3/5 of 3?
I do. I was gonna say 3 out of 3 because I almost feel 3 out of 3 for every single 90s country song I love them. But I'm gonna have to get real. I'm gonna say so. Yeah, not quite 3, but close.
I'm gonna go with 2.15. I think this is a great song. It's not even my favorite Travis Tritt song. I do like the theme a lot. Too Sharp made me look at it different, which I appreciate, and it made me mad at the same time because I was like, this is a song for the underdog, and Too Sharp was like, there's no such thing as an underdog in any of these scenarios. I'm going 2.15.
2.25. Suck on that, Drew. 2.25 earned hearts.
Yeah. I'd love to, like a set of Tritties.
Yep. All right. That's it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, y'all.
Bye.
I don't expect no shit from 2005. Bubba Shot the podcast.